What's really good, ladies and gentlemen? It's the OG Boricua Dandada. Y'all already know who it is, man. I got my man A Beans with me. I got, I don't know if I should call you a new member or old member or returning member. BV.
Returning guest sounds good.
And then you don't get that. All right, so he's just a returning random. Before we go into anything, I know he wants to do something really cool, but you definitely got to watch the MLW Confusion show, Confusion. Let me say that right. Dropping some dope content. He got something we're about to drop really soon this week. Now, the crazy part is I was told to stop flapping my gums after a certain mile so AB could drop some fire on you. So please drop this, and I'm ready to see what you're going to do.
All right. We're gonna have to edit this part out real quick, but that's not a big deal. Because I was ready for the intro. We forgot the intro.
You want me to do it over?
No, it's fine. We're good. I can cut shit out. Got any problem? We don't got any problem adding that shit, cutting shit out. Oh, come on, motherfucker. All right, there goes.
Ikuro, Raven, you sent a bunch of those gas mask goons to attack me. In what should have been one of my biggest wins as world heavyweight champion, instead, I was left laying at your hands. I want you in the war chamber.
All right, so there it is. The cold intro for War Chamber. What you think?
Now, I'm going to talk real quick because I like the calling. BV gets to go last because he wanted to try to overspeak our intro. So, the way I see it is I'm already super over, and not over in a good way, with Hammerstone as champion, right? So at this point, I don't care who they finally pulled the trigger on. I am so prepared to say and new. I didn't care about his promo. I do like the fact that Colin put the beats to him, and not for nothing, that graphic with New York City and whoever you want to say is Dr. Dax. It's whoever's in that match look really, really dope. And I mean, you know what? Go ahead. Give me something, A-Beans. Give me something, baby.
All right. So before we get started, and I start throwing my in, make sure you follow us on all of the socials. I'm at A-Beans, UWN. Rob is, you can't see it, but he is at, what name are you this week, Rob?
I think Bodie. Oh, Bodie _ UWN. That's what I'm using. But I might be dropping something next week new, though.
All right. You can follow all the crew on Instagram, on Twitter at Urban Wrestle UW. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's Urban Wrestle Network, right? Everything's streaming below. Make sure you follow our boy, Rob K from MLW Confusion. And he is at the Nova of Cast. It's floating down below. Or you can just open your phone, click on the QR code on the bottom. It will take you to our link tree. It's got all of our socials, all of our latest videos. And now let's just talk about my boy, Hammerstone. Because it seems like he's just my boy. That's who it seems like. It just seems like he's my boy, Hammerstone, not your boy, Hammerstone. And that's okay. I understand. We've talked about it before. We thought he wasn't. Well, we really gave a lot of shit to all of the champions in MLW. We were giving shit to Taya, right? And now we're giving shit to Hammerstone. And look, okay, I put it out on Twitter. Maybe I'll find the tweet in a second, right? But I put it out on Twitter. Somebody was like, "Oh, Hammerstone is the greatest," and I'm like, he looks like $1 million anytime he hits the ring. He looks great. His entrance is great. No matter when you put him on Instagram, on Twitter, wherever he's at, he looks like a specimen. His promos are getting better. But here is what hindered his reign as champion. Here is what it was. One, he came after Fatu. And Fatu was an awesome fighting champion that would just squash the heck out of people. The other thing was COVID. There was breaks. The other thing was the break last year. What did they break from, like October through December or something like that?
Yeah, it was like 3 months, 4 months.
Yeah. So it really wasn't his fault. And then the person that was gonna elevate him, which we've talked about, this dude being, anyway, everyone that is in his orbit is a star or ends up being a star, and that's our boy Richard Holiday. The guy is ending up fighting cancer. By the way, heart goes out to him. Hopefully we hear from him soon on Twitter or Instagram or something. We're looking for that, Richard, Mr. Most Marketable. But getting back to Hammerstone, all of those things were against him. I don't know that we can really fault him. I mean, he did what he could. And then he's in the War Chamber match and he has to get drug out the War Chamber because he gets hurt.
Yeah, but he didn't. It was a Fugazi injury.
Fugazi.
It's a Fugazi injury because a day late. What was it? It was on Friday. What was it? Friday? No, Thursday. It was a Thursday. This happened, and then Friday they sent everything over to Philly, and Saturday he has. I think it was against Mr. Thomas. So if you're really hurt, you're not healing in one day.
Somebody's
Somebody's
dropping some spoilers. Oh,
I didn't say who won. I didn't say who won, but I'm just saying he went against Mr. Thomas, so he ain't hurt. If you hurt, you're not wrestling in a day. And Bill Vink, just give me a little patience right now because I'm a little
take your time.
A little off of his projection of Hammerstone because Hammerstone.
I'm still waking up, so take your time.
Huh?
I'm still waking up, so take your time.
Okay, so Hammerstone is only good as the people you put around him. Now, I'm not saying in-ring. In-ring, Hammerstone can go with anybody super talented, right? But without Richard Holiday, is Hammerstone really that guy? Because Hammerstone's run has been pedestrian at best. If you say, what was his best match? You say Davey Richards. All right, the Jacob Fatu was really, really good. So obviously the name brand guys, they put on a hell of a show. They do that with or without belts. But Richard Holiday made Hammerstone's run enjoyable to watch because the whole time they were going against El Jefe until we seen what transpired to, it was always me, which I don't care what anyone says. The person you watched MLW for, as soon as you found out that Richard Holiday was the bad guy with Alicia too, you tuned in for Holiday because they were murdering it. Holiday also was the one that got him out of Mexico in that where he was locked up in that spot. Hammerstone is right. That's what I'm going. BV, what do you have? What do you have? Because I could just keep going on this all day.
Jesus.
See, the Declaration of Independence was stolen. It's too late for ums. Hit me with information, not
Yeah, Hammerstone sucks, dude. Hold
on. You can't come in hot like that.
Super hot.
This is why I wish Jorge was here because
Muffins is like the biggest fan of him.
Yeah, exactly. But me and him love to go off of each other. So it's weird not having my counterpart here. Because I have no one who's going to actually debate with me. So
whoa, you just shitting on AV?
No. Not like
That's
that.
What you just did. 2 seconds of knowing this guy, and you're like, "Oh,
I just met you, bro."
Wrestling.
Look. To your point, I think you were right. When you seen Richard Holiday with Alexander Hammerstone, you were invested in what was going on because it seemed bigger than life at the time in MLW. I think everyone was like, all right, this is a great pairing. And, they're always they're fighting the evil essentially. And once Holly turned heel, it made it very apparent who the true star was of that group. And there's no knock to Alexander Hammerstone. I think he's a phenomenal he's a phenomenal in-ring competitor. Absolutely. I don't agree that his best match was with Dave Richards. I think it was with Richard Holiday. Storyline wise and just overall in-ring like cleanness, I do believe it was with Richard Holiday. So yeah, no, I think his run has been quite shit. So yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Hammerstone.
Okay, so if he's Hammerstone, who do you put the belt on after
Alex
Kane? Oh, Jesus. and we hardly agree on anything. But no, like when you seriously think about other people who watch you tune into MLW, who the fuck is it? It's not Lindsay Dorado. It's not anyone in their fucking bogus women's division.
Whoa!
That hardly gets the spotlight. So let's be honest now. You have a champion who your belt is being behind every other belt that she owns. All right, let's start there.
Wait. Hold on. I know you want to go ham on Taya, but we got to dial that back. We've been doing that for months. We kind of gave it the
that's a you guys thing. I'm not going ham on. I'm just speaking the facts. If you're the champion, why is a AAA belt or an Impact belt over your?
I get that, but let's try to stay with. He asked you, the man.
All right,
nicely asked you, who would you put the belt on if it wasn't?
I mean, you have is Davey Richards still there too?
No, Davey take a kind of like a leave of absence for a little while.
Okay, but you still have Leo Rush. You have that guy who who is very marketable, whether people want to admit it or not. He actually is.
You would put the belt on Leo Rush, who retires more than Brett Favre?
No, but I'm saying, they've put a belt on him before.
Who are you putting the belt on?
It would easily be Alex Kane, because Alex Kane is going to give you two things. He's going to be entertaining, and he's going to make you want to watch television. Though you can't sit there and tell me that even if you don't like him as a person or whatever, that you have not sat there with all of his work since joining MLW and be like, man, this guy's pretty good.
Pretty good, yes. Pretty good, yes. But can he carry the company?
I think he absolutely can. And I think if they do that Bomaye Fight Club right, you could have a very big star in your hands. But then again, you need to do it right.
Bums all day.
Well, clearly you're not a fan, which is fine. But still, I do believe that is a star that is doing nothing right now.
So we did have a conversation about this. So I gotta back mine up. So we did have a conversation about this in our personal chat, and I go hard at Alex Kane on Twitter, but he is an awesome sport as a person, because I've messaged him directly and I'm just like, hey man, thanks for being a good sport, right? Like, I mean, he's hilarious with his comebacks. As a wrestler, I really liked him. This past week that I didn't get to do my rundown show, but I really liked the match that he had with Davey Boy Smith.
Davey Boy Smith.
Davey Boy Smith.
The Shinaga guy, whatever, is coming up next.
Yeah. And it was a great match. The trading, I had some notes on this, but trading the suplexes back and forth, that was a good look. There were some times in there. I'm gonna do some behind baseball shit, but there were some times in there that Davey Boy had to carry him and put his legs in the right position to make the holds look more legit. That was just something that I see looking into the match a little bit more. But if I'm just looking at it at a cursory level, yeah, he is somebody that is championship material. I would have loved to have seen him keep the open weight championship a lot longer, but I know what they were trying to do in appeasing.
Longer than Hammer?
I don't really care for like, oh, this guy was a champion for 632 days and 12 hours and 40. I don't care. I don't care how long he would have kept it. It would have it would have been another elevation. And him winning, he won it from Davey, so that was a good step. It was a stepping stone for him. And it would have been the same thing that they did with Hammerstone. They gave Hammerstone the national open weight championship. He was going around to wherever he the other places he's wrestling at, and it was a good look to have the belt, that beautiful belt, which I think I like that belt better than the heavyweight championship belt. I just think it would have elevated that belt better. So maybe we put it back. Maybe they put it back on him. Maybe they put it back on him. But
All right.
I don't know that he could. I don't know that
I-
he is ready for the big belt.
I got it. All right. So hear me out. Where I feel that Hammerstone is lacking is his promo skills and marketability skills. Right? Marketability, because you don't really see backstage stuff. You don't really see anything with Hammerstone except for him coming out and performing, right? Where you see Alex Kane always have had in-ring stuff or backstage stuff with Tankman. Alex Kane has always been around some kind of video package thing, right? And right now, with Enzo no longer being part of MLW, who's the only other person that can talk on a mic in MLW besides Jacob Fatu? Which, in Muffin's defense, I'll say this now because Muffins doesn't like the fact that Jacob Fatu only feels street, right? He feels it only tailors to one kind of direction with him. Where Alex Kane, when he speaks, anyone can go with it. Like he's not over the top with it. Does he do the Bomaye like super hardcore? Yeah. But I don't think there's another talent on that roster that can out talk Alex Kane. And I think he's super marketable. He's dropping weight. And I mean, he posted all the time. The last show, he came in with an Earl Grey suit. He looks like he's prepared to be the next champion. And I'm just being completely honest with you. I think Alex Kane is the guy. But, and here's my little hot take on what I think is going to happen. I'll wait first because we are going to say what we think the new teaser thing's going to come up. So, but watch this now. We do know the calling beats Hammerstone and I think what are they, SGC Second Gear Crew, I think they're called. So we know that they come in, they beat them. This is a big thing for the calling because we have talked about this before. With the calling, we're still kind of, well, myself definitely. I know that Jorge has a hot take on Raven. He's not here. I'll let him say his shit. But I think that the calling, and I've said this, kidnapped El Jefe, right? And I said that when you have a new faction, you have to make an impact. You have to do something where people go, oh shit, they're here. That's an oh shit, we're here thing. Also, they need this win. This is their first big faction thing. We do see that Delirious, formerly of ROH, is part of the calling, or he is for this show. I feel that the calling, I don't want to say they're a Wish version of Contra Unit. I don't want to do that, right? Because I like Ricky Shane Page.
They're the fucking rejects. Those are the fucking weirdos of the world. That's what that is.
Well, yeah,
they're a mix of the oddities. You remember the oddities, Bray Wyatt's dreams, and because Ricky Shane Page is a Wish version of Bray Wyatt.
Whoa.
I wouldn't even give him that much credit. That is something you just find in some trailer, dude. I don't know.
Damn, sorry.
Oh wait, hold. Whoa.
I'm not gonna. I hate this group. I think they're so fucking stupid. I can't stand them. This is like the fucking emo stepchild. God, I hate them.
What was the name of the WCW version of the calling? With the Flock.
Raven's Flock?
Yeah, I was talking to you about that. And he just said it. And this is fucking bogus. That's what this shit is. This is like they had no ideas, and then they put this dump together, and then you got, what are they called? The calling?
Uh-huh.
Hold on.
Yeah, that shit.
All right.
The gas mask assassins. There you go. It says in the title.
Okay, let me take it easy real quick because I like this group.
They're shit.
No, they're not. I like Ricky Shane Page because
You've
Ricky
said that
Shane
already.
Page is one of these huh?
One person.
I like Akira too. I like Delirious as well.
3.
Yeah, 3 of the 3. You fucking weirdo.
But do they fit together?
They don't.
Well, I mean, both of them are deathmatch guys. You know what I mean? Both of them are hardcore wrestlers, so I think they kind of fit in that lane. And I do feel that the reason why I said Wish, and let me go into that. The reason why I said Wish is because it feels they're trying to make Raven the new Josef Samael, and that's never going to happen, right? Like, not because I'm a fan of Josef Samael. Josef Samael, Raven can't talk well enough to do what Josef Samael did. No one in Contra Unit had to talk. They just had to wrestle because he was going to do everything for them. So they had to go out there, perform, and that's some super mega ill shit. Raven's not that guy. I like the vignettes with Raven. I like the goth kind of feel to it. I like their aggressiveness. I like the gas mask. There's a lot I like of the calling. I like Akira. I think Akira he's got everything to me that's going to scream, I'm going to be an MLW superstar. He's that guy. I really believe in Akira. I like Ricky Shane Page. I need to see a little more of his work. I'm just being honest, but I like that guy too. Pause. And Delirious is super ill too. Oh my God, if that ever happens, I'm going nuts. But Delirious is super ill too. So those are my 3, and they got a big win, and they beat Mance. I forgot the homies. They're his homies and Hammerstone. They needed the win, and they got it. You got to do what you got to do. And they gave this guy a Fugazi injury, but this is what happens when you go into a match. We pummel you storyline wise. How about that?
How about that?
I got a pause count.
Oh my gosh.
Shoot.
So okay. Did RV Bill V over there, BV, go on and talk about the calling himself? Because I know I gave a little bit of flack on them, but it doesn't sound like any of us really like them, except for
one of them.
Except for
I could give a shit less about them.
So I see what they're doing. I really do.
I don't.
It looked like they were trying to bring in the hardcore street match type crowd, reinvent themselves a little bit with the underground logo, because this was such a change from Fusion. I mean, it was night and day. Hold on, let me take off my hat.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
Hold on, wait. Now I'm in the underground.
Yeah,
not in Fusion
no
anymore.
Different, but a logo and a name. It was the same show. Fusion and Underground. There was nothing different.
The difference
I don't think there was meant to be that.
How?
But if you're gonna change the name, right? Like even the crap that AEW puts out, the Wednesday show to the crappy Friday show, it's a little bit different. Yeah, the logos and all that other stuff, but the feel is different. The camera angles are different, and the wrestlers are a different. There's different wrestlers on the Friday show than there is on the Wednesday show, right? The difference to me between Fusion and Underground was this production value. It was a better production value, but that's because they went to reels, and maybe they had a better production team, better editing capabilities, whatever it was. It looked different. They were capturing different camera angles. It didn't look like they were in some gym somewhere, the 2300 arena, and it looked better. Was it different? Nah, not really. But that's what I'm thinking that they were trying to do with this, the Flock Part 2. I guess that's what they were trying to do. Do I like it? Nah, whatever.
Oh man! All right. So what the bad part is that if Muffins does get on here, it's going to be 1 versus 3. the calling, right? But like I said, I like the calling. I want to see more of it because if this is its peak, I don't think it'll last long because it's the hot new thing, right?
It
Now,
shouldn't last long.
Well, it
you
should
can't
only
say
last. Well, what's okay? So what's gonna? You know what? We're talking about what's lasting long. What's gonna happen after next week? I mean, yeah, they're showing the turnaround was fucking amazing. They were used to doing like 3-month turnarounds on their shows. This show was filmed in the beginning of April. What is it? 2 weeks later, and they're actually showing these. So it's not too big of a spoiler wait. But what's going to happen after the next 4 shows or whatever? And is that even going to be on Reels?
Well, I know the next 2 are definitely going to be on Reels because I think Muffin was saying that the 2 big main events from both shows are back-to-back weeks. I don't know how he knows that or what email he might have seen, but that's what he said, something like that in the chat today. So I'm like, okay, cool. But them going back to Fusion, I think is a very telling sign that we're looking at, hopefully Pro Wrestling TV, if they could strike that back, but I don't know if they burn that bridge. But obviously YouTube would be an option too. But here's my thing is I see this 2 ways, right? Like El Jefe went missing. Is he coming back? Right? Like that's, to me, I think that's a legit question because, there's no kind of spoiler for anything for El Jefe. But I think that if Hammerstone doesn't drop the belts, and I've said this on a prior thing, if Hammerstone doesn't drop the belts before the new season comes up, I do think that if El Jefe comes back though for the new season, he's going to bring out Richard Holiday because Richard Holiday's his guy, and at that point, Richard Holiday is going to take the belt off Hammerstone, right? That's my take. For some reason, this has been going through my head that the only way El Jefe is coming back is if Richard Holiday is going to take the belt off him, and I don't know why they coincide, but I could easily see Richard Holiday coming back with the Azteca Underground or whatever they want to call it with El Jefe and be that guy. Because you tell me, how much of a pop would it be? One, if El Jefe comes out, the crowd's good. They love it. They love El Jefe. The crowd, every time he comes out, they start chanting lucha, lucha. It doesn't matter what they want to call it. If he's like, oh, I'm bringing my number 1 renegade, my number 1 whatever, and Richard Holiday comes out, are you serious? You know how that place is going to react?
I would love to see it. I mean, that's me. I would love to see Richard Holiday back. I think that he brings a different look and a different vibe. Yeah, you got some professional grapplers in there, like our boy Kane, y'all's boy Kane. You've got Davey Boy Smith that's coming back. You've got the trash matches, the whatever you want to call them with RSP, Ricky Shane Page, the Flock Part 2, and and our boy our boy. What are they calling themselves? Second Gear Crew. So you bring somebody like Richard Holiday, and he is an actual wrestler. It gives it a look. I really wish that Davey Richards was there, another actual wrestler, because it does lend itself to the fusion name of grappling and hardcore and real wrestling. But anyways, getting back to Holiday, I don't know. I'd love to see that dude as champion. I'd just love to see him back wrestling. I know that. I think all of us would. But someone hasn't after his hot take, he cooled down. What happened?
Yeah, for real.
So I have a lot going on. I'm also like doing homework as we speak too. So I'm like doing 3 different things here. Jesus.
First off, start with put some respect on El Jefe's name. I'm going to say that now. We're not coming in here.
That was a lot.
Shots.
Relax. That was a lot to.
I'll let you take shots at Taya and what you guys want to call the Flock 2.0. But in here, this is El Jefe's home. This is the house that El Jefe built. Remember that.
Wasn't I the one who originally had the take that him and Holiday were gonna go together? I'm pretty
sure.
it was.
You did say that. You did say that. Him and Holiday would get together.
Yeah. Bouncing off of what he said, that would be amazing. Anyone at this point but Hammerstone, if I could have that as a sign, I'd love that. So yeah. Anybody but Hammer, please. I don't care if it's Kane. I don't care if it's the popcorn guy at this point. Just anybody but Alexander Hammerstone. For the love of God, you are the most boring individual I've met next to Eddie Edwards. And that's saying something. So yeah, there we go. That's what I wanted. Okay, El Jefe, so I'll take that any day of the week. He actually has some pretty good novellas too. I have watched some of them. I will not lie. So I'll, yeah.
You know what really threw me off about El Jefe? So I'm not a tall guy. I wouldn't say that I'm not a big guy. I probably look like Davey Richards if we stood next to each other size wise. But what didn't get me, or what got me about El Jefe was, he had this powerful voice and he had this presence about him, this aura, this mystique, if you will. And then he brought out Sam Adonis and Johnny Nobody. And I'm like, oh man, this dude looks small. Like they should not have put him in the same frame. Like he should have been a little further to the front. Those guys should have been a little further back. Don't let them stand next to us because they're regular wrestlers and they're just going to overtake that. And all of that aura that he brought to the ring just got crushed. My opinion, it's just when I see a dude and he's got this firm grip over a company, and then he brings in bigger wrestlers that make him look really small. It was just a visually off-putting. Visually
how I'm like baffled by that comment. How?
Well, he's like 120 pounds, bro. Taya made him look small.
Are we going off of like height and size?
Height and that's what he just said.
And so that's what makes an intimidating presence.
I mean, I guess I understand what you're saying. You're saying that his aura and his all of that comes from.
It's about the attitude and
the presence that he has from the back of the power that he can kidnap anybody he wants.
Whoa! Let's not try to throw smut on his name.
To counter that, and let's look at Josef Samael, for example, who's not that tall and is not that big in size. And you compare him to guys like Jacob Fatu. We had what's this fucker's name, Kruger, and the one who was small was
Tristan Tai.
There we go, Tristan Tai. So that presence was still there. It's the fucking innovator of like an innovator of fucking sports terrorism. So I disagree with your comment of its height and size. I think that's a load of crap. I think there's just hate there because, like, and again, it's not me trying to knock or anything, but he has the presence whether he's with people who are taller than him, when he isn't. I mean, you've seen him go toe to toe with people like Injustice who are way taller than him and still bigger than him. He's done it with Fatu, literally. He's done it with Kruger. He's done it with Holiday. Done it with Hammerstone. So his presence, I think, actually grew, and it was more respectable because everyone he's clashed with in their face. It was never hiding behind anybody or anything like that. So I don't know. I completely disagree with your take on that.
Oh, hey, you know what? I love that because there are some times in here that Muffins might disagree with me, but he doesn't disagree with me that much, or we just, we all agree on something, and I'm like, well, that sucks. So I'm glad that someone else disagreed with me. I really am. And I do see where you're coming from, right? The aura about him, like I said. I just thought when I saw him, I was like, dude, the dude looks thin. Like 125 is not a big dude.
But it's not the weight, it's the character, and the character's aura is very strong.
I gotcha.
That's a no nonsense, motherfucker, basically. So, when you look at that, that's the boss.
Well, not right now.
Not right now, but you know what I mean. Like people fall in line to that, and it showed throughout the shows.
Mike, what I was going to say, and you have a way better delivery than I did. I was just going to say, if you look at people like Manuel Noriega, Pablo Escobar, they're not the biggest size guys, but people feared them.
Yeah, but they feared them because they were dictators.
What is the difference between
El Jefe is supposed to be?
Yeah, he is a dictator, but what he does do, and I think that's different from a lot of other characters, that he does actually acknowledge the crowd as a heel individual. Like he doesn't bash the crowd. He really doesn't.
No, he encourages them.
Unless you're American.
Yeah, they're his renegades, right?
Exactly. And so he feeds off of that. And he has created this loyal, devoted fan base, basically. And it works.
Well, you know what it is? A lot of people, and I say this all the time, Lucha Underground might not have been around for the longest, but it does have a following somewhat similar to ECW, right? And people love Dario Cueto. So when he came in, like I said, you still to this day last show, they still chant Lucha, like, for the underground stuff. They respect the character, and a lot of people who, let's just say, anyone who don't know about novellas, a lot of people might not know his work outside of Lucha Underground, right? But this guy's a legit actor. So it's not hard for him to be able to go into any situation and understand how to read a crowd. It's his job.
Not only that, this is also the same guy who killed Rey Mysterio technically too. So
why do y'all do that? Allegedly. Can we say allegedly?
No. Lucha Underground, if you rewatch it, he was bragging about killing
You're
Rey
a snitch.
Mysterio. Like he killed
a snitch count. That's one for you on your snitch count.
Conan and a couple other people. So
look at this.
Hey,
snitch count number 2.
And they made that a thing. Well, no, but that's what made him so feared in Lucha Underground. Is that
but the next time you come on, can you put a 6'9"? Can you put a 6'9" after your K for the next time you come on? So it should be Bill Vink 6'9".
I hate that guy. Yeah, no.
I was already on it, man.
Wait, you gotta fix
I knew where this was going.
That is grammatically incorrect. You can't have the quotations
whatever.
and then the 2 dots.
Doesn't matter.
You butchered this. Hold on. Please get rid of that. That is an eyesore. Put the other
here. Hey man, I'm doing this on the fly, bro. I'm doing it on the fly.
Yeah, have some respect, man.
I'm trying to keep my eye on the show, on the clock.
It's still wrong.
It doesn't. Oh shoot, it is still wrong. What the hell?
I'm trying to be grammatically correct for the people here, and you are.
Oh, for the people. Yeah, for the people.
For the people.
All people.
Yeah,
people power, man. People power.
Hey, by the way, you know what? We're talking about people, right? I posted in this random AEW fans said what Facebook group. I posted one of our shirts. It was the
all botch wrestling.
All botch wrestling, right? And I think we got 100 likes really quickly. And so a buddy of mine was like, "Oh, how have you guys sold any?" And I'm like, "I don't know." He's like, "Cause I saw it in there and it was pretty cool." And I said, well, I will say, and let me read what I said. It is our best-selling shirt. I did the numbers, and it looks like 33.3% of all of our total fans that live in Texas under the age of 100, but over the age of 25, that don't live at home with mom, might live at home with grandma, have had sex more than 2 times in their life, excluding cousins, might have bought this shirt. Best-selling shirt ever. You know you love me. You know you love me. I had to match this boy's intensity today. I'm not even drinking.
What are you drinking?
No, I'm seriously, it's just water today. It's too early in the damn week for me to be drinking.
Yeah, mine's over there. I'm on nothing but nothing right now. Like, yeah, why you coming so hot today? The last time you jumped on, you were all nice and all that, and now you came in talking about she sucks, he sucks, this guy.
Well, I was ready for Jorge, so I was ready for like verbal warfare, and I was a bit disappointed when I didn't see Jorge.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That sucks for you.
That's my guy.
I didn't know what to expect from you. I mean, I had just seen you on a couple of old shows, and I was like, oh, look at this kid. He's not too bad. A couple of years, he'll be a decent podcaster.
He'll be all right.
He'll be all right.
Yeah, I've been doing this for years, technically.
I've been doing this for a year. It might. I don't know. It might actually. I think it was like August. It's a year because I remember I was on for like 2 shows or 3 shows, and then I went to Vegas. So yeah. So
my new podcast is going to take the cake. That's for sure.
Are you joining the UWN? By the way, while we're still here, make sure that you follow us on Twitter, on Instagram. Everything is up above. It was floating down below a bit ago. But if you just take your phone, open your phone to your camera app, hover it over the QR code on the bottom corner there, and it will pop up a link. Go to the link. It's going to take you to our link tree. It's got all of our socials, Instagram, Twitter. It's got all of our personal Instagrams and personal Twitters. It's got our boy who has joined the Urban Wrestling Network, Rob K, which is at Nova of Cast. I got that scrolling on the bottom. At Nova of Cast. He does his own podcast, and this is an actual audio only podcast. It's available on Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, Google Podcasts. It is everywhere. But if you want to listen to him, you can also follow our channel or subscribe to his pods. Make sure you follow us. Bill Vink is at Bill Takashi 69 Vink underscore.
Yeah,
UWN.
I've got too many socials. It's
you
Bill,
switch them up like the guy below us, huh?
Yeah. No, well, I just made a whole new thing for my podcast, my YouTube gaming channel, my personal. So,
well, you know what? Hold on, because you got something really cool about that. You're about to start. You're going to talk with politicians, military people who have served their country.
Yeah, what I need to get is an economist, because what we need to talk about is the World Economic Forum and prices and other stuff.
Take it easy. Slow down real quick. So I know you just made.
Are you talking about Bilderberg?
Instagram account for it?
No.
Huh?
What I'm talking about is we have inflation going crazy. We have smart cities trying to be built. Farmers at the expense of losing their livelihood in Europe. It's not looking too good for them right now, especially the Dutch. So a lot of different topics that definitely do need to be addressed, and I think do need to be talked about from an expert's perspective, both one for and one against. I think that is definitely what we got to go for, but eventually that's in due time.
So what's your channel? What's your channel so you can throw it out there?
The Gen E podcast.
Your YouTube channel. Huh?
Yeah, the Gen E podcast.
Is that how they find it on YouTube?
Absolutely.
So it's Generation E podcast.
Generation
E. Everyone.
Exactly.
Okay. So listen, before we get out of here, is there anything we missed with MLW? Is there something that we want to talk about?
Didn't you just miss the entire card, or was that just me? I googled it.
Oh, we do that all the time, bro. We do that all the time.
We talk
you guys. You guys completely forgot about the Opera Cup 2023.
It's not happening
Oh,
yet.
that's next week.
You forgot about Ken Broadway and DJ Crawford.
That's next week.
The triple threat match too.
Yep. Wait.
Oh, that's next week.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have
This
to
is
edit
War
all
Chamber,
this out.
homie.
Well, that's what I'm saying. This is what they said the entire War Chamber card was. I'm looking at it right now.
No, that's the
Yeah,
card
but
to
you're the
watch
card.
there.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
That's the
shit.
Yeah,
show.
we're just talking
but-
about the show.
Yeah, the show is what we're talking about. What just happened with the SGC and Hammerstone versus the Calling, and we know the Calling won. You had the fake injury with Hammerstone. Yo, dude, you got to wake up. We went over this. This is what we talked about before. And you wanted to, you know what it is? You're trying to come in here spicy and all hot and shit. And there goes.
And now you botched. Damn it. You fucked up. You fucked up.
Yup.
Oh,
That should be your shirt right
You
there.
guys actually made that shirt. How has
yeah,
that
sir.
been,
hell
like,
yeah.
copyrighted?
Yup.
I'm pretty
Legally
sure.
cease and desist.
I will dude, it is a parody, and I will say this now, it is a parody. So we can copyright that if we wanted to, and actually it's not, it's copyright for usage. So, and because we were already selling it, it's the rights are already reserved. We don't even have to go into the USPTO to sign up for it. We have already shown that we are selling it.
Yeah.
You know
but
what, Bill
this
Vink?
reminds
You
me
gotta
of.
understand, Bill Vink, this is no longer just me and Muffins, two ghetto ass people. We got educated motherfuckers on here now. You want to talk that shit? We got them. We got 'em.
You know, have you ever watched the Simpsons episode where like the
This is
government
your
sends
educated
two agents?
comeback?
Hold on, but where the government sends two agents to like destroy Lisa's lemonade stand with
No.
axes.
With the
That's
accent.
that's essentially what's going to happen there. I wish you luck in that
Hey,
adventure.
hey, on Twitter, we've got all elite
God, Twitter.
botches that we follow. They get cease and desists all the time. As long as you
Yeah, they do.
as long as you respond to them and say, I've seen this, thank you very much, take me to court. What's going to end up happening is if somebody takes you to court, they're going to spend money, which they have, that's fine. But all you do is say, this is a parody. What are you mad about? That it's a parody?
Yes, but there's a difference between like journalism parody, where it's meant to inform and entertain the public.
Okay, hold on. Wait.
For sale.
What's their logo look like to you?
It's
It's a
AEW.
fake NWO logo.
That I'm
It's
surprised they
horrible.
haven't gotten sued for.
So if they're
Well,
gonna do
they're
that,
not going to
Not
get
that
sued
they-
because they got Daddy Khan's money over there from the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, but that
So he's
doesn't
got
mean that they
enough
won't
money.
get sued. That
Yeah,
doesn't
but you
mean
got
that
to
they won't
think
get
too.
sued.
That man could probably afford lawyers, like
And then-
the world's finest lawyers.
And then when you think about suing, right? Okay, you're going to sue a podcast that has 500, maybe 500 fans. And when that gets out, because the first thing I would do is just get that letter, post it here for 45 minutes, just here, just without even talking, and just saying, this is what they sent us. This is what they sent us. And then put it on Twitter. And that's going to go viral, and that's going to make them look stupid. Like, you're really worried about somebody selling, and we don't even make money from those shirts. I think we lose money from those shirts.
Well, I mean, AEW has shown to do that before.
Yeah, come
So-
on, come on,
fuck
on,
them
Cletus.
too.
They can sue. They can
Cletus
sue.
or
They can
you
sue
need to
the.
specify that.
They can sue the our S corp. Fine, sue it.
I told you, it's no longer me and Muffins. We got educated people here. You want to talk that shit? I got someone who can talk that shit.
Sue the S corp, which is in the negative for food, waters, equipment, And coming here, Tony, you want my mic? You want my mic? Here, go. You can have it. I was gonna make them look dumb when they come, and I'm on Twitter filming it with their, what did you say, with their bats and their lemonade stand.
Yeah. And you know what? He's going to have his cocaine eyeballs.
Oh, Lord.
That's going to be his big announcement.
I got
the Urban
the big
Wrestling
announcement.
Network
I'm
with
suing
cocaine. Big announcement.
Oh yeah, I'm suing them. Get the WWE X girls out here to do the Wolf Pack thing.
You know, he's also the owner of Fulham.
Nobody
FC.
gives a shit. It doesn't matter what he's the owner of.
Isn't
No,
he the
and
Manchester U or?
I don't talk about those assholes. Fuck them.
And the
Fuck
Jaguars.
City. Fuck United. Fuck Fulham.
Whoa. Okay.
I'm a Chelsea fan, and fuck Arsenal. You fuckers finally have a good season. Now you're talking all that shit. You were the ass end for every good Premier League team out there. Fuck you.
You see what you started, AB?
He's just mad. An angry young.
I'm actually quite calm.
You know what? All right, we talked about being sued by Tony Khan. We talked about War Chamber. We've talked about the teaser of MLW, Fusion, Underground, whatever. We don't know what's happening with Reels. I think we hit everything and some.
We sure did.
Alex Kane for president. Is that what you're going to leave off with, Bill?
Alex Kane for champ. I don't know about president, but for champ.
You know what? Since you're a political person, right?
Oh, dear.
Would you like The Rock to be the president of, the United States of America?
No, I'm good.
You're an asshole, and I don't want you to speak again. AB, you got
Just
anything you want to go out with? Because you are a piece of shit.
Damn. No,
I'm okay with that, though.
Just life, man. People, not that we've got very many fans out there, but life happens. I've been caught up with a bunch of at work and stuff, so I haven't been able to get on.
No. So listen, you want to end it? Do you want to end it, Bill Vink?
Hmm?
Do you want to end it? Do you want something nice to say before you go out?
No, I'm good.
No, all right. I mean,
I'm glad that we got across the point that I'm an asshole. Thank you, everybody. If you didn't know, now you know.
All right. So the next time that supposedly Muffins can come back, it'll be you, your BFF Muffins.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
my best
me
friend
and AB. Me and AB. And I'm hoping the two of you pull off the dopest podcast you've ever heard. Because
I literally
he's the
pulled
savior.
this shit out of my ass.
Listen, he's the savior of this podcast, he thinks. You think that nobody is worth talking to here. That's how
I never said that. I never said that.
That's what you said as soon as you came in.
I said that I was prepared to debate with someone who has as much knowledge as I do.
Yeah,
about
so
wrestling.
You're saying AB's an idiot.
No, I never said that.
That's what you subliminally, you were like, you two
What
bozos.
I said, what I meant was that I have never argued with him, so I don't know what he's going to talk to me about. So
haven't you watched our show?
Yeah,
no.
How do you? So you're saying you haven't watched the show? Oh, I'm too busy. You're like 15 years old. I've got a kid. I got a job. I'm trying to build a brand here with the racist.
I'm the owner of a wrestling company. Hold on. Yeah, that is true. He is. I'm the owner of a wrestling company. I'm a gaming YouTuber. I'm a college student full time, and I work full time. And I'm trying to run an educational podcast. I have more hats than freaking most people. Trust me. I don't have time to watch this stuff.
No.
I love you guys. You guys are great, but I don't have time.
Oh, wow. Well, fuck you guys. I don't watch, but I love you guys. You guys are good.
But I don't have time.
I don't have time. You're an asshole.
Pretty sure that's what every ex-girlfriend has said too.
Yo, I don't even know what to do. I'm not claiming this kid. I don't know who he is. AB, I think we talked everything. We hit everything. He's hated on everything.
No, he's been
outside of Alex Kane. So follow us listen, MLW Confusion, make sure you follow the big homie because he's doing what he's doing.